Hi, it's Caitlin, and I am just banging out a whole bunch of video intros this morning, so I'm back again. This time I've got the March HHC swatch video for you. I've got a few polishes, they're really beautiful, and if you're not familiar with what HHC is, it's a shop where you can pre-order nail polishes. They're exclusive to the HHC shop, and you can buy them from March 14th through the 21st. I'll include the specifics down in the description. I'll also link to the HHC shop where you can buy these polishes. They're going to ship out 3 to 4 weeks after the shop closes on the 21st, and everything's really beautiful this month, so let's get into it. First up, we have Bee's Knees Lacquer, and this polish is called To Hell with Good Intentions, and this one is a continuation of their Ice 9 Kills series. The song is called Hip to Be Scared, and this polish is described as a medium toned purple with extra sparkly red to green shimmer. This polish is definitely giving a unicorn pea effect, but it's not unicorn pea pigment. It's just a really gorgeous red to green shimmer that works super well with the base color. And as you can see, this has a very sheer application. It will build up quite nicely, but I wanted to wrap my tips very intentionally because I find that sometimes polishes like this can shrink up a bit. So I went and wrapped my tips, and now I'm going in with a second coat of nail polish, and I will do 3 just so you can see how much deeper that purple gets on the third coat. You can also see just how sparkly that shimmer really is. It's absolutely gorgeous. So this one I would recommend building up in 3 coats, or if you're a fan of layering, you could layer it over a complementary purple base, and that would be a good way to preserve your polish if you don't want to use it up by applying 3 layers every time you wear the polish. So this dries down quite shiny, but I always recommend top coat, and of course it just brings out the shine even more and just creates an even smoother appearance of the polish. So here it is in 3 coats plus top coat, and as you will see in a second, this one is really quite shifty and beautiful. You get that green and gold at more extreme angles. The green kind of was a bit shy, but it's definitely there at those extreme angles when you tilt your hand all the way back, as you could see in the just previous clip. And this looks good in all lighting. It is a really pretty purple. It's very vibrant, and the shimmer definitely makes the polish. Moving along, we have Cupcake Polish, What Dreams Are Made Of, and this is a continuation of the Lizzie McGuire series for HHC, and this one is described as a silver nail polish filled with purple to green iridescent flakies, blue to purple to green shifting glitter, and holographic flakies. So this has a clear base, as you can hopefully see, and it does create an overall silver effect. This one is really beautiful on that first coat, so I would definitely say that this could be used as a topper. It's just really even, which is what I look for in a topper polish, but this will also build up quite nicely in 3 coats. As you can see on that second coat, there are still some gaps in my nail that weren't fully covered by glitter or flakes, but by the time I put the third coat on, it was pretty much covered up. However, if you have a more visible nail line or a longer free edge, you might want to layer this over something like a silver linear hollow or something like a silver chrome finish polish underneath. I think that would be super cool. And because this one does have glitter in addition to the flakes, I do recommend a very generous layer of top coat or glitter grabber and a glossy quick dry top coat for the smoothest possible finish. It wasn't overly difficult to remove because the glitter is pretty sparse, but it'll be a little more difficult than a flaky polish. So here it is in various lighting, and I think this is just really pretty and sparkly, and I really enjoyed having this on my nails. I thought it was super fun to wear it, and I look forward to wearing it again. Moving along, we have Great Lakes Lacquer Michigan's Ice Caves, and this one is inspired by the beautiful ice caves that form in the winter in Michigan. This polish is described as a sheer, deep cobalt blue base filled with an aqua green to indigo and purple shifting shimmer and hollow microflakes. So this one has a really nice formula, and I am smitten with the color and the finish of this polish. It's totally beautiful. So it is on the sheer side, but that just allows the shimmer to build up to honestly the most intense level of shift and shimmer, which is my favorite kind of polish. This one, I do recommend 3 coats just because I think it gives the best coverage when you apply it in 3. You could obviously leave it in 2, but I just felt like it covered a little bit better once I put on that 3rd coat. And what I love about this polish are those tiny little hollow microflakes that are in there. It just adds another layer of, intensity, I guess is the word that keeps coming to mind, but it adds some depth to it, and it just creates the most stunning polish when you see it all together. So I will recommend a good glossy top coat for this one, just to smooth everything out and bring out the most shine possible. And again, fantastic formula. It'll be easy to remove, and it built up really nicely. It was quick drying. And here you can see what I mean about that intensity. This polish is constantly shifting. We've got a cobalt blue. We've got what almost looks like a turquoise. This polish is absolutely incredible. It has so many shifts. It is so vibrant. As you can see, it looks good even on a cloudy day. It's shifting away. Next up is Paint It Pretty Polish Popsicles or Ice Pops, and this is part of their What Do You Call These series, which I think is really fun. And I'm definitely in the popsicle camp. So this one is a multi-chrome magnetic polish with a holographic finish. It has a strong blue, violet, red pull line, which I'm going to show off later on in the video. So this one is capped at 80, which is pretty low, and I think their polish from last month sold out very quickly. So if you are interested in this polish, then try to get on to that HHC website as soon as the shop opens so you don't miss it. So in terms of my application, I went in with 1 coat and then a 2nd coat, which I applied the magnet to. I'm using a bar magnet, which is the strongest for these sorts of straight lines. And I still felt like it didn't fully cover once the magnet pulled. You could sort of see in the other parts of my nail, the black wasn't super black. So I wanted to make it even deeper. So I went in with a 3rd coat and held the magnet over my finger for as long as possible, 30 seconds to 60 seconds, honestly. The best way to do it is to hold it over the polish as it dries the entire time, which is obviously kind of a pain, but that's the way to ensure that line stays as tight as possible. So this is it in 3 coats and with 2 of the layers magnetized. And then I apply top coat just because it isn't as shiny without the top coat, and I will again recommend applying the magnet after you apply the top coat just to try to keep that line tight if that's what you're looking for. But if you're looking for a looser magnetic effect, then you don't have to worry about applying the magnet again. I also want to note that incredibly large flake on my middle finger. I think it looks so cool. And here is the polish. You can really see on that pull line the blue and the violet and the red. This one is stunning once again. I love the polish for February. I love this one for March. I love magnetic multichromes. I think they look incredible. As you can see, this looks fantastic in whatever lighting or angle you catch it in. It's just beautiful. And here we have a new brand to HHC. So Painted Polish is not a new brand by any means. I often have them on my channel, but they're new to HHC and they're doing a I Love Blush series, first of all. So their first polish is Blush Blush Baby, which is a blush crelly featuring pink to orange to gold color shifting iridescent flakies and hollow micro flakies. So this polish has a fantastic formula. I really like how it built up in 2 coats. I'm sure some people would want to add a third, but I really liked how delicate it looked in 2. And those color shifting flakes really stand out nicely against the base. As you can see, there's orange in there, pink, and gold. This does dry down a little bit dull, which is why I recommend a good glossy top coat just to make it as smooth and sparkly as possible. This will be easy to remove. There's no glitter in there, and it's just really, really pretty and delicate. As you can see, it has the prettiest sort of blush shade. It's almost a bit mauvey, and I just think it's really flattering on me personally. Last but not least, we have a few polishes from Sassy Sauce. They've got a butterfly polish for their butterfly series, and this one is just absolutely gorgeous. So this one is described as a copper to pink to purple to blue shifting multichrome with a hollow twinkle. This one has a fantastic formula. It's really easy to apply, and I'm a big fan of multichromes with hollow in them, and this one is absolutely fantastic. I don't imagine anyone's going to need more than 2 coats for this. It covers really well in 2 coats. It dries quickly between coats, but of course that always depends on your polishing style. So here it is after I've applied 2 coats, and you will notice that it does dry down a little bit dull, which is why I will of course recommend top coat to smooth it out and make everything super glossy and shiny. As you can see, it looks fantastic with the top coat applied, and the hollow in this one is very rainbowy, and as you will see in a second, the shifts are plentiful. Let me tell you, this one has so many color shifts in it, and it's really entertaining to watch on your hands. I really enjoyed showing this one off. And this, of course, won't be difficult to remove. It's just a fantastic polish, so I will let you enjoy this one before we get into their Mother's Day duo. And here's the Mother's Day duo, which comes beautifully packaged with the 2 polishes. They're not sold individually. It comes as a duo only. And this one is Watercolors on the Fridge, which is a really cute name. And it's described as a violet jelly base with twinkling aurora and purple to blue shifting ghost flakes. And I think that ghost flakes are being used in a different context than, for example, the way Bee's Knees uses ghost flakes, which I think those are unicorn pea flakes. I don't know if these ones are. I don't think so. I think they're just sort of these ghostly flakes that disappear on your nail at certain angles, and then at other times they show color. This one has a really good formula, as all Sassy Sauce polishes do. They're just an incredible brand, and I'm really happy to show them off because I think they make amazing polishes. Carrie does a fantastic job creating beautiful colors for us. This one I did build up in 3 coats, and this again dries down a little bit dull, so I'm going to recommend a good glossy top coat just to bring back the shine and smoothness. It won't be difficult to remove. It's just a gorgeous polish overall, and you will soon see how shifty this one is. So here it is. This one, definitely you're getting that gold and green at more extreme angles. You're getting pink or purple depending on the lighting. And those ghost flakes are really fun. They just sort of disappear and then reappear on the nail. It's honestly a beautiful polish, and thankfully its partner in the duo is also beautiful, and that one is coming up next. The second polish in the Mother's Day duo is called Breakfast in Bed, and as I noted earlier, the duo will not be sold separately. It's only sold as a set, and both polishes are absolutely stunning, but this one in particular is worth picking up the duo. Honestly, I am obsessed with this polish. This one is described as a pink to gold to copper to green shifting multi-chrome with large particle pink to gold shifting aurora for some added twinkle. And your mind's going to be blown when you see the shifts in this one, but in the meantime, it has a really good formula. I will note I applied this in 2 coats, but it did seem to take a bit longer than usual to dry down, so just note that and give yourself lots of time before you start digging in a drawer. After you've applied your top coat, it'll take probably, I found 15 to 20 minutes to be comfortably dry for me to start moving around. This one, as I said, applies really well in 2. You definitely want the top coat. I didn't try this matte, but I have a feeling it would look super cool matte. So here it is. You can already see how twinkly it is, but this is when it gets really interesting. It's practically lime green when you go to the more extreme angles of this polish. This one had me baffled. I was just so entertained the whole time I was wearing it. It looks very cyborgy, very futuristic, super interesting on the nail, and definitely one of a kind. I absolutely love how intense the shifts are in this polish, and hopefully Carrie has some more polishes like this up her sleeve, because I am absolutely obsessed with them and I'm totally in love. So I will let you check out just how shifty this polish is, and hopefully I've convinced you to pick it up. I do have a few favorites this month. I really like the Cupcake polish. I think it's really fun and sparkly and shifty, and I just still really love the Lizzie McGuire inspiration, so I definitely like that polish. I also super love the Great Lakes Lacquer. I am just a sucker for that shade of blue aqua or whatever it is. It's so shifty. It's really makes a statement on your nails. Honestly, it's so obvious, and I kind of love obnoxious nail polish like that. And speaking of super obvious, incredibly shifty and making a statement nail polishes, I love the Sassy sauce. That polish is incredible. I absolutely love it. I painted my mom's nails with it, and she got compliments when she was out in the wild, and it is just so incredibly shifty and entertaining. So let me know what you're planning on picking up from the March HHC down in the comments. I'd love to hear what's on your wish list, and hopefully you're having a great day wherever you are, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye.